So we're just going to talk a little bit, and we're not going to start it officially for a few minutes. We're just going to say, hi, how are you? And
Yep.
Okay. It's nice to see you. Alex, my friend.
Hey, Jude,
So, hey, what's going on?
how are you doing? Well, I'm still as usually traveling. I just left the motorway, and since it's forbidden to stop the car on the motorway in Germany, I still have to finish my drive, but it wouldn't be very long. We can just use the time to get some users in, maybe get some questions ready from people. So yeah, I'm really happy to see you today and can't wait to give you a quick presentation on marketing.
Yeah, me too. I'm so excited to tell the people about you. And every time I want to look at your what do you call it? Your not your Facebook group, your website, it keeps
Yeah.
going away and wants me to sign up for something.
Oh
And
yeah.
Yeah, but then it goes away. It should be able to go back to the beginning so I can read about you.
No, it wants your email address first. Of course,
You're really
marketing trick. That's
you're
the
really
ninja.
Oh, I get you. I get you. I get you. So now I have to go in again and find out who you are. Okay. Oh, I get it. So, what are you doing today? Where are you traveling from?
Well, I was traveling between Netherlands, Germany, and Switzerland over the past few days, and I'm now traveling north. Actually, I'm near Frankfurt right now, just north of Frankfurt. So I'll be passing by you in a couple of hours, not exactly, but nearly.
Oh, really? You'll have to
Yeah,
come by for a coffee again. That was so nice.
we should absolutely.
Yeah. It's so cool to meet online people in life and to see them like and touch their hand and say hello and give them a hug.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
I,
makes the connection much stronger, doesn't it?
I thought so too. It was really cool. I mean, we met through a fellow singer that we know, Shanti Leon, and that was probably, let me guess, it was like at least over a year ago, if not two, right? Like a
Yeah.
year and a half. And we never met in person, although you live in Germany and I'm German. And
Although
finally,
you've tried to hide it all the time.
yeah, yeah, you know, what I do and digital marketing, I think, is really far behind in Germany and surroundings here. So I really love to do what I'm doing in English, also to serve a more international population. It serves me well, and so I just kept doing it. Maybe I should teach my fellow Germans a little bit more in their own mother language, but yeah,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
haven't
yeah,
gotten
yeah.
around to do it yet.
Well, I that was a big decision for me too. You know what? It doesn't take me back to your website. It's driving me crazy. All I wanted was it to stay there. It doesn't stay there. So how can I do that? Anyways, yeah. Well, back to Ashanti. That was the time where we were doing the one funnel away challenge in ClickFunnels, right?
Yeah, with Master Russell, absolutely.
With Russell Brunson. He's our hero. And we have still kept the contact through that year. And I find that is really, really cool.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
let me see if I can try and get your website up here again. That's kind of, I would say that would deserve, if I was really wanting to read something about you and that thing came up immediately with the email, I'd say, get away. I want to read about you first.
try.
Right?
Yeah, true. Try not to move the mouse too much. That's the trick. If you move the mouse outside of the window, that's when the thing comes up.
Oh,
Because
okay. I
things
gotcha.
want to close the window, right?
Yeah, okay, I gotcha. I'm not gonna touch it now. So let me know when we were going to start. I can't read this and see who's on online. See if there's anybody watching us. I will watch that in a minute. So, do you want me to start? Shall we just start with our interview?
Yeah. It's 6 minutes past.
Yeah.
I'm nearly there anyway to fully concentrate on you guys. So
Okay.
I'm ready.
Okay. Well, welcome, everyone. I'm so excited to have you here today, here in my Facebook group, Vocal Transformation Academy. I am so excited to have my friend who I have gotten to know personally from online, Alex Mittler. Alex Mittler is this is Mr. Alex Mittler. And he is an amazing guy. And I just want to tell you guys a little bit about him. Oh, that comes again. Sign me up. Ich krieg die Krise. I can't. Okay, sign me up. Anyways, I have to find it again because it keeps going away. Here we go. Okay. Who is Alex Mittler? Alex is an entrepreneur, author, and speaker, a digital marketing consultant, one of the best, by the way, and tech coach, making his mark on the internet through his popular brands. Alex has inspired and equipped thousands of up-and-coming business owners with the skills and strategies they need to create, build, and grow profitable online businesses. It goes, there we go. Alex started his journey to entrepreneurship as an innovator in the automotive industry, garnering the attention of famous media outlets like the Silicon Republic with his no-holds-barred approach to entrepreneurship. After finding the love of his life in 2014, he and his future wife, Kanyu, set off to build a profitable business quickly. Alex transformed his passion and love for internet marketing, apps, and automotive into his first and second businesses. He enjoys the process of constant self-improvement and is set on a mission to touch as many lives as possible through his speaking and coaching engagements. His passion for everything he does results in excellence and has opened the ability to build the empire he has today. Alex is also a coach, a mentor, and a funnel hacker at heart. Wow, that's an amazing introduction, I would say. Alex, what do you think?
Awesome. Thank you so much for introducing me with that little snippet. So now that everyone knows what I've done in the past, I will probably start off with giving you a little bit of background and detail of the story of how I came about. So I've been an engineer in previous work life, and I worked with Apple for quite a while, but I got bored of my office job and I really wanted more out of life. So I just one day to another, I quit. And basically what I did is I founded a company that takes data out of cars and displays them to you in a smart way. So for example, you could go onto the racetrack and the car would tell you where you can improve your lap time. Now, I'm a race driver at heart, as you can already tell. It would be one of the applications that you could use, and that would work with any stock car or a race car by just plugging in a little adapter and using your smartphone. So that was the first invention that I did and came up with. That was pretty cool and successful. And then I moved on, and during my entrepreneurship journey, I was always looking for that really skilled marketer that knew how sales works, but also how to market the product at the same time. And I didn't really know where to find that. And to be honest, I just started to drill down myself and learn anything and everything I can about both sales and marketing, and then putting it together. and it took me literally nearly a decade plus a couple of businesses to go through to learn what I know today about the two and how to put them together. And I think that's really what got me here today.
Wow. So you really put in a lot of work, a lot of failures, or maybe just
Absolutely. Absolutely.
changing.
Look, we're all talking about successes every day, and there's so many failures in between, like I couldn't even count them. And I promise there are like 10 times more than the successes you read about.
Yeah, I think we all have, we don't like to fail.
Yeah.
But it's like the same thing is you are a singer or you are a speaker. The first few times you get up on stage, you're probably, you're going to make a few mistakes, right?
Yeah.
And sometimes you just might bomb. And this is all part of the process of getting more confident and learning from your mistakes, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So that's that.
I was just checking here. Steph Quinlan's here. Hey, Steph, nice to see you.
Hi, Steph.
She was on yesterday in my live yesterday. Nice to see you. Steph lives in South Hampshire in England. I remember that.
Cool.
So tell us a little bit more about what is for you more important. I saw in your promo your Vita that you are also a speaker.
Yeah.
How important is that? What is more important for you, to be doing the business end of doing the sales, because you are a marketing guru, as I understand from all of the things that I've seen that you have done? You have a real capability of helping people to get to the point that they can sell their stuff. Like, I teach I teach all the techniques of how to use your voice. I'm the person you come to first, and I show you how to use your voice. I show you how to articulate. I show you to make your voice with more different sounds in your voice. You don't want to always talk so
Yeah.
monotone. I
Yeah.
teach you the breathing technique. I teach you all these techniques, but the most important person is you, Alex, because you are the one that bring us speakers and singers onto the stage, onto to get selling our courses, getting ourselves gigs. So what's the most important thing for you? What comes first?
Yeah, I thought about the secret sauce for quite a while, and I mean, there's many things that you can focus on, but I want to see it from a perspective of when you are starting out and when you're not so sure what you're doing, and when you're finding your niche and you have all these questions around, and how do you now focus on one thing that will bring you results no matter what? And the secret sauce to that, what I found, is two things. First of all, whatever you're doing in sales, go harder. That means if you're sending out emails, if you're sending out 10 emails a day, send out 100. Right? And if you're calling no one a day, call 10 people a day. If you don't know where to find leads, find leads. And do everything times 10 until you get someone in. And like, this can be a little bit daunting because, especially in the beginning, you will probably get a lot of no's, but you need to simply switch off and sell the good parts of what you're doing and get a yes. And I promise, once you have that one yes in, it will go easier and easier and easier. Like, normally they say out of 100 leads, you can generate 10 phone calls or consultations. And out of that, if you're good, you get 2 to 3 sales. And if you're really good, you might get 5.
Wow.
Now, if you're a beginner, you might only get 1. But hey, it's not that hard, because 100 leads means you send out 100 emails and maybe follow up with them once or twice. And you could even automate that, or you do it manually. It doesn't matter. At 100 emails, I think it's doable. You can do that in a couple of hours in a usual workday, 2-3 hours, and it's pretty much copy paste, same email, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then when you get replies,
like you wouldn't, a question. You wouldn't send out that the same email to a number of people, right? You want to send it to certain individuals. You have to do copy and paste. Like you wouldn't write just one email and send it, then put it in copy, and just send it.
Well, there's a couple of ways of doing this, but I assume that you have no knowledge. You're a new guy. You haven't done marketing or sales before, so you don't have any tools, right? So under that premise, you'd simply open your email program and you find 100 email addresses, and I'll tell you how to do that in a second. And you literally copy and paste the same text in and just change the name on top. And maybe if you have different angles on how you go and contact the customer, you might need to adapt that too. But normally you can just use that exact same email. And I give you a bit of an example in a moment. So just to continue on from there, to get leads, fairly simple. You simply go on to the websites of your niche of where you want to present. If you're a musician, you go on to all the pubs in your town, or all the event managers in your town, or the meetup group organizers, which you find on meetup.com. Now, this is just a couple of ways of finding people that always need someone to either speak or do a concert, a musical show, right? Once you have the 100 email addresses and the names, then you write up an email, and the email can be as simple as, hey, I'm doing blah 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 here in the area, and I found you, and I think this might be valuable to you. If it makes sense for you, let's talk. Can we talk for 15 minutes on the phone? And then send it off. Couple of things about the email. The email really only has either hey there, if you don't know the name, or hey Alex, hey Judy, and then it just has the body. And the body really just says, I do this here in the area of city, and I think this will be valuable to you. If you think it'll be valuable to you, let's set up a call for 15 minutes. And then it just says thanks and your name, like as in thanks Judy, or sincerely Judy, something like that.
No links, no links.
No links, no website, no nothing. I tell you what, if you put the website underneath, it actually kills your reply rate by, I don't know, by a lot. Because what people tend to do is they go onto the website, and while they're scrolling down the website, they'll decide that it's really for everyone else but not for them. They close the website and they're done.
Okay.
So you don't really want to lose the lead. I'm not saying don't have a website. So I'm just saying in that initial contact and an email outreach, just put your name and have them reply to the email, because if they hit the reply button, that is immediately a hot lead for you, and you can jump onto the phone, call them, or you reply and ask for a time or whatever is appropriate. But here's another clue. If someone replies to your email saying, yes, that sounds cool, and that's it, what I would do is, like, I'd have that email that they can reply to set up on my phone. And if that rings, I'd call the guy within 3 minutes. And he'll be stunned that you're on the phone. He'd be like, who are you? I just sent you an email, right? So this really is the main difference, because the people get that you're caring about them, and you're already providing customer service by calling them back immediately, and that flips a switch in their brain saying, wow, this guy really cares about me.
But you would have to do that one after another. Like if you write, let's say 10 or 15 emails in a morning, then
Yeah.
you can't call that person back within 3 minutes, because it takes you time, first of all, to write the emails to the different people.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
you just want to do one after another.
Well, let's remember the numbers. If we send 100 emails and we get 10 replies, if we get one of these replies in the first 2 hours, that's good.
Mhm.
So I don't think you'll have the reply while you're sending the email. And especially if you use automation tools, you'll have that sent in 120 seconds. So you really do have the time to call back. And I would actually stop doing what I'm doing and call that lead back, because
Okay.
he's willing to buy your stuff.
Yeah.
And remember, you're here to make money.
Yeah.
Right? That's what counts. So.
Yeah. I have a question to that, Alex. When I am going after clubs, event managers, jazz clubs that I want to perform in, then I usually look out. I have a list of all of the places already. I've set up a Excel an Excel
Table, yeah.
table. Is that what you call it in English? Komisch. And I have all of their names in there, the address.
Who's the Canadian here, Judy?
Pardon?
Who's the Canadian here?
Yeah, this Canadian, I think, is more German than Canadian.
Right.
And I'm always looking for vocabulary. I have, like last year, I brought out my CD on the market, and I wanted to create a tour. So I had a list of about 127 venues that I wanted to get in touch with to perform.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so I usually, what I used to do was give them all a call, first of all. Call them up, find out where they're at. Are they hiring? Are they, is my music even interesting for them? And then when you talk to them personally, you can get a little bit of more rapport with them. And then if they say, well, we're not doing bookings now until next year, you'd have to try that next year, then you have to write that down, and right. Or he says, yeah, send me something. So you send somebody something, and then I say, okay, I'm going to get back to you in about a week or so. I give you. So then you have to follow up, and right. But nowadays it's become much more difficult for us. I don't know what it's like for speakers, but I know for musicians, everybody's doing everything digital, right? I used to even send things out. I would send out a CD, and I would send out my promo info and put it in a package and send it away. Well, you just don't do that anymore, do you? You do everything digitally. So to get in touch with the people through email is much, much more difficult than it used to be. I mean, I can still try to call the people, but it's not as easy as it was. Like before, you'd see the name of the person, the telephone number, and you just give them a call and find out what's going on, right? What do you suggest?
Yeah. So just to go back, you said a very important thing there in the beginning. You said I would just call them to build rapport and reach out. So that is certainly a strategy that works, that you can do. But I would normally recommend that for the more experienced ones or the more hardcore ones. With hardcore, I mean, you don't care if you get a no, and you're very quick with making a very distinct decision. And now we're in sales, and you need to listen to this, because this is going to change the game forever, right?
I got really big ears.
All right. So you need to find out very quickly whether your prospect is a prospect. Is he a cold, a warm, or a hot lead? Is he ready to purchase? Is he aware of what you're offering? and is he ready to purchase? Does he know what you're doing? And does he have the money to pay you? And you want to find that out very, very quickly in the beginning, because the quicker you can find out whether your prospect meets the criteria, you will be able to tell on whether it makes sense to continue the conversation. And of course, if someone says, I just hired someone else and I'm only free next month, or he says, I don't have the cash right now, or whatever it is, that doesn't mean you necessarily should hang up the phone, right? That's rude. But you can very quickly say, awesome, no problem, we can talk next month, and then put it into the back burner, but move on to the next person who is ready to give you what you want, or is at least ready to make a decision on purchasing. So with that in mind, I would actually recommend using email as the first connection point, because in your email, the last line will say, if you think it makes sense for us to talk, when do you have 15 minutes? And that kind of gives the sense of, if you're not wasting my time, I'm not going to waste your time. Give me 15 minutes. And people do see it that way. And people don't like to be sold to, but they do like to purchase stuff. So you will already filter out a lot of people that are just not hiring right now. And when you get a reply, you can assume that the guy is ready to purchase if you have the right thing. And then you can jump on the phone and kind of get them on board and spend more time with them.
Okay, this is in the music world. If people know who you are, right? If you've accomplished to a certain awareness of who you are as an artist, then it is a little easier. And it all depends which league you're playing in, right? If I'm just a beginner and I have no social proof, I have no proof, I have no CDs, I haven't played with any musicians, I'm not going to get probably a gig in some really, like jazz club in Berlin, or I played in really some really fantastic jazz clubs in Wien. I wouldn't get those if I didn't have a certain, if I hadn't a certain, how do you call that? I've reached a certain level of professionalism. Now, and now what would people do who are just starting out? Like I've been in the business for 30 years, so people know me in Germany, and I'm in a very special niche. I'm in the jazz niche, right? There's like, how many percent of people listen to jazz? Only the intellectuals, more or less, right? Educated intellectuals, right? So what would beginners do?
Yeah, I think you simply don't go to that jazz club in Berlin, or even if you're in Berlin and you're in jazz, you don't go to the biggest club out there that's only gonna hire really special people because they have the budget. You look the opposite way. So that means who just opened a club or a restaurant? Look at new places that are always looking for people and they don't really mind if they're experienced, and give your service away for free. Don't do it all the time. Do it once or twice. You can even get an agreement with people where you say, look, I think your club really has potential and I'm here for the long term. I'm here to stay. I'm gonna play in your club for the first 2 gigs, for the first 2 weeks, like 2 gigs in 2 weeks, whatever, for free. If everything goes well, you can then hire me and we can continue doing that. And if you can get that sort of agreement up front, then everybody knows what they're in for. And you're not just giving away a service for free, but he kind of agreed to hire you already down the road when he can afford to do that.
Well, nowadays, this is what's happening in the scene, especially anyways here in Germany. There, a lot of places are not paying Gage. They're not paying, how do you say,
Fee, yeah.
They're not paying you a fee anymore. I mean, I get paid a fee because I am going for the jazz festivals where, they
Yeah.
pay. Or other jazz clubs, but they don't even pay a lot, even for us experienced musicians. But there are most of the places, like here in Mülheim, just for an example, Cafe Solba.
Yeah.
People are playing for the hoot, for the head.
Yeah.
Just
Okay.
just 1 second. This guy's gonna drive me crazy. 1 second. Ja. Jo. Ja, ich bin am Interview im Moment. Dankeschön. Tschüss. It's my son.
Right.
And he never gives up.
That's important. Got to be answered.
Right. If I didn't go on the phone, he'd keep calling till I go on. So we'd have to answer that one. Yeah. So the way things are done nowadays is that most clubs are only offering the hood.
Yeah.
What do you call it?
Okay.
The hat, for the hat.
If that's standard procedure in your area, why not play for the hood? Especially in the beginning, when you want to get known and you want to be out there, right?
Yeah.
There's nothing against that. Of course, if it turns out that it doesn't really make sense for you, you have to look at alternatives. You could play at company gatherings, meetups, things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Or anywhere where people are singing and there's more money involved than your cafe owner that doesn't want to pay you, right?
Yeah.
If that route doesn't work, we take a different one.
I tell most of the singers who are just starting out to just start performing wherever they can, at a family gathering, something in their company, or just right.
And take your best friend as a videographer. Make a video out of it, so you have some promo material.
Right. And this is a problem that most people who are starting out, they just don't know where to start, and they don't they just don't know where to start. And I keep telling them, I want to become a professional singer, and they haven't even started yet, right? And I say to them, you're 10 steps ahead. You first of all got to get the basis, the fundament, get get your repertoire up, and then you're going to take any little small gig that you can get, right? Yeah. And don't let it get you down. I just saw that my picture is kind of not straight. Did you see that? There we go. Now it's straight.
You're such a perfectionist. I love it.
Yeah, I am. It's terrible, but I'm and some things you have to be very pernickety. Like if I go up on stage, I have to be prepared. I have to be well prepared. I can't go up there and just say, "Oh, I didn't practice that song. I don't really know the lyrics. Let's just see how that works," right? You have to be well prepared, and that goes into my area where I have to get people to put the work into it. There's work involved in becoming good at something, right? And that by the time they get to the point where they are going to start to perform, you just perform wherever you can. And one thing will lead to another. And if you're good and you got it, if you want to, this is it. This is the same thing as if you're selling a product, right? You've got to be good. Your product's got to be good. You can't offer something that, and get excited if people don't buy it, if your product stinks, or if your performance, you're singing off tune, or you don't have your timing or whatever. That's why they have to come back to me, and I get them fixed up, get them trained so that they become,
that leads me to the second thing that I wanted to mention. So first of all, I said whatever you do it harder, but I also wanted to highlight that the sales part is much more important in the beginning than the marketing part, because marketing is all about creating more buzz and automating your workflow and getting more customers. But
Mm-hmm.
sales really can be done by hand, and especially the first few should and can. And I just gave you a way with email. That's one of the easy ways. There's other ways. There's phone. There's whatever. If you have a budget, you can run Facebook ads. Like, you can do many things. But I'm actually just doing a group coaching where I explain exactly how to get leads for any business from the start, and that includes you singers and you speakers. So hit me up on Facebook Messenger, or hit up Judy if you're interested in that, because what I'm going through in actual live group coaching sessions, one by one and step by step, is getting you started and getting you your first client and your second and your third, by simply holding you accountable to those steps that I just mentioned. And of course, I give you the tools as well to automate a lot of this. So if you don't want to sit there all alone, sending out 100 emails, worrying about what is coming back and what do you do if someone replies, and if you're scared of the fact that someone could reply, and you possibly want to have that solved by automating it and by sending out 100 emails, possibly with 2-3 clicks, and then knowing exactly what to do when someone replies, that's what I can help you with. So
Wow, that is amazing.
yeah.
So how do they go about that, Alex?
Well, as I said, just hit me up on Messenger. I get you into the group coaching sessions. We do Zoom calls, and these will go for several weeks. They go at least for 4 to 6 weeks, but we will continue until we're through with what I want to coach, and that is really on how to get clients in that are paying without having a website, without having any upfront marketing
Wow.
done, and maybe without having a name, by just going out and doing sales and getting it done. Now, it might, like, if you have really nothing, no name, no brand, no website, no nothing, just a Gmail email address, you might have to give away your service for free in the beginning. But it's definitely possible in any case, right?
Okay, so what would the people have for a cost to take part in such a coaching?
This is $197 for the group coaching, US dollars. I think I want to keep the price very low, as accessible as possible, so that everyone can really take a part. And like, think of it like that: if you could close someone to pay you $100 to go on stage and perform within a couple of weeks or a couple of months, or to pay you any sum to do anything, and you worry about how to actually fulfill that order later, what would that be value to you? Like, I think that is value of, like, unimaginable, because you can, based off that, you can build businesses, right? So I would value that north of 10K or whatever. And the only reason I keep the price so low is, first of all, I can do it because it's a group coaching session, and also I want to get everyone in that has the passion and the motivation to go and sell themselves, sell their product, and simply get started and go out there. So I'm really here to help.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
That is amazing. 197 from an absolute top marketer, top guru marketing person like yourself. That's really good.
And I answer all your questions. So, Judy,
Wow.
are you signing up?
Yes, I'm signing up.
Absolutely. I love it. Cool. So who else is in? Hit me up on chat. I'll get you in the group. No problem. Or ask Judy.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Great. I think
is there any comments, any questions from
let me have a look. No, there is no questions. And only person that we can see is Steph right now. So
Cool.
a lot of
It's Steph
people
again.
there are a lot of people will watch this and replay.
Okay,
So,
cool.
you should
So-
put your link in the group.
Yeah.
And so that people can get in touch with you. I think
Absolutely.
that's an amazing offer. And I really, really thank you, Alex, for being here today.
No problem.
You are one of the most important people that we need. Because, I know myself, I've been in the online world and I have so much to offer. I know it. And I have so much experience, but I'm not really I haven't been able to really do the sales part up until now. But I think with your help, I'm going to be really successful. And maybe I can even get some expertise from you, how I can get back into doing my performances. Like I've taken a little time off to concentrate on my online business here and giving all kinds of content in this group.
Let me just say this. Yes, you're awesome, Judy. And yes, we're going to get you going. No problem.
Okay, all right.
So guys, if you are watching the replay, put in #replay and your question, and I will either comment the answer or I'll send you a video with the answer to all your questions that are in there. For tonight at least, I will check it in the morning, and I hope you have lots of questions for me so that I can give you all the answers you're looking for.
Okay. Thank you so much, Alex, for being here. And this was really amazing of you. Thank you for taking your time. And I know you're a very, very busy man. You're all on the road all the time. So thank you so much. And I look forward to talking to you soon.
Yeah, driving on now, hitting the road. Thanks for having me, and see you later. All right.
Take care. Bye.
Okay, bye.